Hello and welcome back to another tutorial video. I am Horn Devil, and this video is going to be about ARRs, or Alarm and Regulations. Alright, before we get into the video on ARRs, I just want to give a little shout out to my alliance. Now, our alliance is different than really any other alliance that you're going to see in this game, and this really just caters to a certain type of player. Before we do that, I'm going to show you guys our little logo here. You don't really need to see the logo, but this is what it looks like if you're looking to apply. It is called North American Realism. That is our alliance. We play this game a little bit different than literally everyone else. We play this game realistically. So that means if you're going to build a fire station, you put it on the right spot, the real life spot. And if you're going to put apparatus inside of it, do the real life apparatus. And just try to play it as realistically as possible. But then again, this is a game where it does create random calls. So the game does force you to kind of tweak your apparatus and your setup just a little bit. So that's North American Realism. If you guys are interested in joining and playing in like real life spots and kind of just working as a team, you can kind of see our service areas here. How mine ends here at this river and actually continues with another person. And then we have a bunch of other people all over the place who play just like us. So one thing that I will say before I get any invites to the thing, we do not station stack. So that means if you are playing in Orinda here, if you're playing in Orinda and you apply to this alliance and you're already playing in Orinda, unfortunately we just can't accept you because we like to make it so everyone has their own service areas. But on the other hand is if you join and there's an open service area, you're welcome to join, and you kind of transplant yourself and it works out pretty easily. So these are multiple people here. You're looking at probably like 3 or 4 different people in this general area. So we have Patrick Star here, we have Massive, you have Chief Luke, and there's just people all over the place. Then of course there's Roadster here, and then there's myself. That's 5 different people just in this general area. So like I said, if we need assistance, if we need mutual aid, we'll call it for assistance, and we can send engines, water tankers, battalion chiefs, or whatever kind of apparatus they need in different areas. Now, if you had 10 people playing in San Francisco, for instance, it would just be a cluster of calls and call sharing. It just wouldn't make sense. A lot of alliances do that. Unfortunately, ours does not, and that's a good thing in my opinion. But I just wanted to throw that out for you. Anyways, back to the video. So, what is an ARR? Let's start with that. So first, I'm going to go to an ARR, Alarm and Regulations, and this is my ARR list. So what is an ARR and how do you kind of like do it? So for instance, let's try to find this call right here, aircraft emergency landing on runway. So this is like a little hotkey per se. You could make it a hotkey, but it's really just a button. Actually, before we get into that, let's see if we have let's just type in roadway here. We have an aircraft emergency landing on a roadway. This is the best way I can show you guys. Okay, let's zoom in real quick here. So we have an aircraft emergency landing on a roadway. Now, typically, like, well, what do I send to this call? Nobody really knows. Like, it's different, you know? Like, do I send an engine? Do I send an ambulance? Do I send a police car? What do I send? Do I send an aircraft rescue truck out here? What do I send? Do I need a battalion? Do I not need a battalion? Do I need a water tanker? Do I not need a water tanker? Do I need a platform truck? Hard to know. So what you can do is you go to requirements for this mission, and it'll tell you what you need for the call. So for instance, it needs 3 fire trucks. In order to complete the call, it needs 3 fire trucks. It needs a battalion, it needs a heavy rescue, and it needs 2 patrol cars. So you're like, well, I sent water tankers, but they were useless. They just sat on scene and they did nothing. So what I do to streamline my process, and what a lot of people do, is do ARRs. Now the ARR will send this you call it a strike package, or you could call it an alarm. Some people call them like first alarm, second alarms. But this is specifically for this exact call. So if I were to click on emergency landing on roadway, and I go to my ARRs, this is a big list of almost every single call, my most common calls, and the most lengthy calls. What I do is click on aircraft emergency landing on roadway, and that responds to the 7 units. So that was the 3 engines, the battalion, and then there was 2 patrol cars, and then that's 4, that's 6. So yeah, it responded. How many patrol cars does it require? only requires 2 patrol cars, but I think it actually sent 3 patrol cars now that I think of it. I think I sent 3 patrol cars. Yeah, let me just edit my... This is going to be a perfect example on ARs. So yeah, we responded those, the 3 engines, the battalion, and the patrol cars to actually physically complete the call. And then there is 1 patient here. So what we're going to do is hit 1 ambulance because there's only 1 patient. And we're going to respond to ambulance. Now, what I would typically do is on the initial screen, when I get this, if this was red and I didn't respond to any units, I would just click ambulance and roadway, and it would mix these units. So it'd send the ambulance and all the units required to finish this mission into the ARR, and then I just hit complete, and it would finish it, and I wouldn't even need to deal with it anymore. So that's basically an ARR in effect. I'm going to show you guys how to make them, and we can go from there. So what is an ARR? I think I just explained that to you guys. If you guys have more questions, like explaining it, that's kind of like the best I could do. What is an ARR? That's done. How to make an ARR? Okay. So let's say we want to make this call here. Aircraft emergency landing on roadway. Okay, let's do one thing. We're going to open up a second tab here. This is what I love to do in Mission Chief. So we're going to open up a second tab. We're going to hit what is required for this mission. Like I said, we need 3 fire trucks, 1 battalion, 1 heavy rescue, and 2 patrol cars. Let's come down here. Let's go to alarm and regulations, and we're going to create a new alarm and regulation for aircraft emergency landing on roadway. So we're going to come in here. We're going to copy this name, aircraft emergency landing on roadway. We're going to type it in here, and you can pick any color if you want. If you want to make it this color, it'll make. Let's see here. I'll show you right here. So if this was like a salmon color or like a light red, this color would be like a light red. It would kind of be this color here in this whole box. So you can color them however you'd like. You can pick the column number. So if you want, this is column 1, column 2 is like right here, column 3, column 4, column 5, and so on. If you guys want that. And then you have categories. So categories are these ones. You have firefighting, water, airport, police, and event. You don't have to do event. Event is just for me personally. But this is firefighting. It just pretty much goes up for every single call. That's like a general urban / rural fire department call. And then of course you have water. So it's anything Coast Guard related, or fireboat related, or rescue boat related, or harbor patrol. It'll be in there. If it's airport, airport terminal collapses, anything aircraft related, it's going to be in here. And then of course you have police. It's just broad spectrum police. If it's a police call, you know, civil unrest or whatever, it's in here. So that is what a category is. You can put it into any of these categories. The game does not start you off with these categories, and if you guys are looking to make these categories, I did make a video of it about a few weeks ago. I can put it in the description below at the end of this video, and how to make these specific ones, so like water, airport, police, and event. If you guys are looking to make those, you can definitely do them. For instance, we'll put it under firefighting for this video and purpose sake. And here's where it's going to get maybe a little complicated for you guys watching, but I've done this thousands of times, so it's really not that difficult. Alright, so like I said, this call requires 3 fire trucks, 1 battalion, a heavy rescue, and 2 patrol cars. So we're going to issue 3 patrol cars, 1 battalion, and then we're going to issue 2 patrol cars. And then it also needs a heavy rescue unit. So we're just going to hit any heavy rescue unit, really. And we're going to hit save. Now it's going to populate this aircraft emergency landing on roadway call into our thing. So if we wanted to find this, that call actually completed. So if we come over here, we can hit aircraft emergency landing on roadway, and we have 1 patient, and it'll respond to the 8 units. So that is pretty much it. Like I said, it just duplicates the call in order to complete it. So that is how to make an ARR. I don't know what I wrote here. I don't know what that was. I don't know if I copied and pasted or whatever just happened there. How to make an ARR. Yeah. Okay, so my ARRs. I kind of just showed you guys a brief example of my ARRs. Like I said, I have firefighting, water, airport, police, and event, and then I have a whole list of every single call. So for instance, I have some very, very large calls. Here, I'm going to show you guys my biggest call. This one is called a conflagration major. Look how many units. I currently have 0 units selected. If I were to click conflagration major, it responds 64 units. This isn't even including ambulances. If I had a call that had 20 patients on it, I would have to click an ambulance 20 times or send a mass casualty unit. So yeah, this configuration manager saves me so much time. If I had a configuration manager, I would have to go in and click 64 units to complete this call. But instead, I just click one button and it responds at 64 units. So let's click on this call. Okay, there we go. We just responded 64 units to this roof fire. Granted, you don't really need 64 units to complete this call, but you can see every single unit that is responding in the next few minutes here. We have MCVs, police units, platform trucks, water tankers, rescue engines, all sorts of different stuff responding to this call. So that is my ARR. It's like it's just a simplified way to respond to calls, and it saves you extreme amounts of time and patience, and yeah. Anyways, so how do I import and export an ARR? So if you guys are looking to copy and paste my ARR, the one thing about my ARRs that is probably different from everyone else's, I do engines. So this is times one engine, times one Coast Guard, ambulance EMS chief, times one mass casualty unit. So when I click this button, it responds to a single patrol car. And I'm going to show you guys an example of why I have that just before I go on with this video. So for instance, a stalker. This is a police call that only requires one police car. Like I said, it only requires one police car. Now, there's a lot of calls in this game that require only one engine, one ambulance, or one police car. So instead of like filling out my ARRs with just a bunch of like single engine calls, I just do one patrol car and it responds it. So that's it. It's pretty simple. And burning car, for instance, this call only requires one engine, as you can see here. So instead of, like I said, making an ARR that just says burning car, I just click X1 engine. Now, eventually, once you play this game enough, you'll know which calls require one ambulance, two ambulances, and so on and so on. Yeah, this is the same example, but for ambulance. An abdominal pain, it just requires an ambulance, doesn't require an engine or a police vehicle on scene. So yeah, that's just a brief look on my ARR. Okay, moving on. So how do you import and export an ARR? Let's show you guys that real quick here. Let's get rid of our sticky note tab because I think I've showed you pretty much everything regarding ARRs. And I might have forgot something, but this is everything you possibly even need. Okay, let's come in here. So let me just get rid of this aircraft emergency landing real quick. We're going to delete that because it's a duplicate at this point. It's just for video purposes. Okay, so let's head down here. We're going to go to, you could do share or you could do different stuff like that. So we're going to go to share, and this shows every single call that I have an ARR for. So what I would do is, I'm going to come in here, we're going to share. Oh, we're going to actually hit all, I'm sorry. We're going to hit all. So if I wanted to send you, I'm just going to explain this real quick here. So here's the ARR list. Every single ARR I possibly made is in this list for one. This isn't in alphabetical order. Actually, this is not in alphabetical order. But this is every single ARR I made, and it's in here in every single random order. So if you got this ARR, you can just delete it and make it as necessary. So I clicked every single ARR. We're going to hit share, and it's going to give me this link here. So I'm going to click on this link. I'm actually going to save this. Actually, let me actually go back to my notes tab. Let's go to sticky note. Sticky note. Take a note, and I'm just going to put that link in there. Okay. So we, so if you're looking to use my ARR, you need to find this link in the description below. This will help you get what you need. Okay, so you need this, and then what you're going to want to do is once you have that, you're going to go to Alarm and Regulations, and then you're going to go to, I believe it's own ARR. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Gosh, I gotta remember how to do this. It's been a long, long time since I've done this. I think it's share. Let's go to all. We'll try this again here. Go to share, and then you click this, and then yeah. So you click that link, and then you go to import. So you can import any specific call. So if you don't want my calls, like any specific calls, you just don't click it. So what you do is click the call that you want, or you just click all and then delete it later. So you click the calls that you want, and then you just hit import. And this will import my list to your dispatch system, if that makes sense. Now, if you guys get my ARRs, there's one thing that you need to know. All of my engines, all my fire engines are rescue engines. This engine 4511 is a rescue engine. Now, what a rescue engine is a heavy rescue and an engine combined. So if you're using type 1 and type 2 engines, this ARR might not be for you because it'll create some problems. Because it will not respond to heavy rescue. So you might have to tweak my ARR a little bit in order to do what you need to do. But without further ado, that is a look at them. What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something here. So yeah, if this is what your ARR is going to look like once you upload it from mine, or once you import it. If you don't have Coast Guard and you just want to get rid of it, you can just click this little drop down arrow. You can hit delete or do whatever you want with them. You can color them however you'd like. You can move them however you'd like. This is my system, and I've used this for years, and it works quite well. But yeah, that is a look at ARRs. Now let me just think to myself real quick. What am I forgetting? Because I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I might not be. Yeah, I don't think so. But anyways, in the description below, in this YouTube video, look down below. You are going to see this link here. This is the link to my ARRs. Also in this description below, I'm going to put in a video on how to make the categories. So if you're looking for these types of categories here, so firefighting, water, airport police, an event, if you're looking for these categories, I'm going to drop that description down below as well. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope it made sense to you guys. If you guys have any questions, you can drop them down below. I'm pretty sure I covered everything in this video that I thought I needed to cover. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, drop them down below. And I will see you guys on the next one. Later.